Well, we're very excited here at Queer News Tonight to have the famous actor, comedian, and of course, above all, the YouTube star, Michael Henry. I am a particular fan of his, as you know, at Queer News Tonight, and it's happening out. We've shown many of the social commentary that he has. So, Michael Henry, welcome to Queer News Tonight. We're really happy to have you.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
I have so many questions. First off, you're going to be at Island City Stage February 25th at 10 p.m. Great gig. I understand you haven't been to South Florida before. This will be a first-time visit.
No, I mean, I actually haven't been to Florida since I was, I think, 19. And I've really only been to Disney World.
Yeah,
Um, so, I mean, I've been there a bunch of times as a kid, but I have never done the gay scene.
yeah.
So I'm
Um,
excited.
I'm going to joke with you. We're going to talk again when you're here at the end of the month. But I'm going to joke with you and pull you out on the limb of comparing us to West Hollywood. We're going to see who's really gayer because I suspect you're going to go, holy crap. West Hollywood is kind of like a straight senior retirement community to you people.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean,
We
yeah,
will see.
there's
You
a
know,
lot of funny singers.
yes, and a lot of funny stuff goes on in Florida. And by the way, you haven't been to Disney since you were 19. It's not Disney anymore. They officially this week changed their names to Desantis World. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the
wow.
Walt Disney Company doesn't really run Disney World anymore. I don't know if you knew that.
DeSantis.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've heard things about it, but I guess I watch The View every day, and they bring up DeSantis every day almost. They're
Almost every day.
disgusted.
Yeah. Well,
hmm But
you
they
know.
probably can't. But Disney is a part of ABC The View, so they can't talk on it probably.
Yeah, that's true. Michael, I want to talk about you and YouTube. My goodness, the variety of social commentary. First off, am I getting that right? Is that how you would look at you in YouTube? That you're commenting on your gay life and gay culture? Is that how do you define yourself?
I don't know. I kind of go with a comedian first, and then kind of like filmmaker. I just really like to tell queer stories and
Stories.
have queer narratives. So I don't know. I guess I don't always think of myself as like someone that's an activist when it comes to my content, but I guess I do. I subconsciously am the way that I just write about topics that I care about.
Yeah, you've crawled out on the limb on so many topics. You've helped us understand. You've helped America understand that there's a raging battle going on of tops versus bottoms.
Rage.
That raging and ultimately rages in many different ways. You've talked about
Yes.
your overly touchy friends and what you think about them, and so many other topics. I watch and I laugh. And, it's an old fashioned word, from my generation, baby boomer. Okay, boomer. Droll. Is that a word that you embrace of your humor can almost be droll? It's like, wait, I think that that's really funny, but I'm not sure that I'm getting the joke. Is that a reaction that you often get to Michael Henry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I have people watching from all over. So sometimes something that's an issue here in our world, in our gay life, it goes over. It is not even on the brain of somebody in another country or in another city. So I think that they end up thinking, "Oh wow, well that's interesting." So that's my goal is to make people think, "What did I just watch? Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Oh well, that's fascinating." Oh, that guy's hot. I want people to have a whole range of emotions in 2.5 minutes.
I'm also curious about your nonverbal and your you just did it repeatedly. You have among the best side eye I've ever seen. And is that just something that comes to you naturally, or has it been practiced, or it's
You
like
know, I just think that I'm someone that has a very transparent kind of like face. I was never a good liar. Whatever I'm thinking, you see it on my face. So thankfully, it lends itself well to making videos.
Michael, I have to tell you, I've kind of seen this shtick before, and many of Donald Trump's attorneys do the almost the exact same thing. So
Mhm.
that could
Yeah.
be if this YouTube gig doesn't work out,
I am. Now is where I wanted to, reveal that I am one of his attorneys.
Yes. In case, by the way, you don't know, when you're at Island City Stage, February 25th, you will only be 38 miles from Mar-a-Lago. Only 38 miles. You'll be as close as you ever will want to get to him.
Oh my God. Maybe I'll walk there.
Yeah, exactly. Of all of the videos that you've done in YouTube, many, many different gay
Mhm.
culture topics, what's been at the top for you? What's it at the top of the list? This is me. I love this. What is that?
Well, I think whenever I've done like a web series that kind of gives a little bit more of a delve into who I am or what I'm thinking. Like I did the journey of being likable and Hot Homo Summer, but those are over a couple episodes and it's, a longer narrative. But a short video that probably really encompasses what I like to do and how I would explain myself probably is I did this one about eating disorders about 2 years ago, year and a half ago. To me, that one just encompassed the way I like to tell stories. Simple, but wow, can knock you over the head.
Hmm. And Michael, I'm curious to the process. Everybody wants to be a YouTube star. Seems like everybody wants to
Mhm,
be. They want to be a star
mhm.
in IG Reels. They want to be a star in TikTok. Your process in terms of what you do, is it very intentioned? Is it very structured? It's very written. It's very here's the blocking, or is it just very free form and impromptu? Which is it?
It's people are going to be very surprised to hear this, but it is incredibly structured. I write out the script and we do it by the book. And then we have a take where we have a little bit more fun or we improvise stuff at the end. And also, different actors that I work with have different skill sets. Some actors that I have in my videos, they are just actors. I went to school for acting. So, improvising is not in their wheelhouse. And some actors are mostly comedians that straight acting and script work is not in their wheelhouse. So that's another thing. I really do love working with different types of actors and people in my videos because, you get different performances out of people and you learn how to work with different kinds of people. So that's something that I enjoy too. So, mostly everything is completely scripted and structured and blocked out. But, different people have different skill sets and I work with that.
Yeah, I'm curious as you say that. Anyone just completely stand out that you've worked with in the production of your videos that you just said, this person's almost genius.
Trying to think. I
Besides
mean,
you, of
I
course.
don't know. It's besides me and besides Paul, who I give so much credit to, who films the videos and we edit them together. But other than that, I really think they're all just so good, and it's just so hard because if you see someone that's in my videos often, you obviously must know I really enjoy working with them, and if they've been in my videos a lot and now they're not, it's probably because they're working in TV and movies right now. So, um, I can't pinpoint one person in particular because I really love everybody that I work with, and that's
Okay.
part of the reason I even got into making videos is because I would see actors at Groundlings or Second City or UCB, or in other friends' videos, and think, "Ah, I would love to work with them, or I would love to get to know them more." So
It's so
that's
exciting. Michael Henry has just won Miss Congeniality at the Miss America pageant. I love everybody. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna come back and ask you that again when you're here in South Florida.
okay.
I wanna ask you about something that I think is very interesting about you. And you're a comedian, so you'll forgive me and pre-forgive me in terms of asking.
Okay.
But you can't read about you without reading Michael Henry Femme. You just can't.
Right.
It comes out repeatedly. In many circles, that would be a very offensive phrase. It doesn't seem to be for you. Are you comfortable with those words all connected, Michael Henry Femme?
I am because, I own it. And I feel like as a comedian, you wear so many different labels that sometimes people put on you, and then you kind of end up taking them on, and you own it and you make it a part of who you are. And it doesn't bother me at all. And I think that's part of the reason why people gravitate towards my content is because I own being femme, I own being me. I mean, so I mean, there's work that I mean, it's not. It's a totally. Also, it's just a totally different um, meaning than what it used to. I think. I think back in the day, even just 5 years ago, someone called a gay guy femme, they might think, "Oh, that means I'm not attractive, or that means that I'm not effable," But it's totally not. It's a totally different ball game.
Yeah, yeah.
You
And
can't
and
really take it as an insult.
and by the way, Michael, we're in Queer News tonight, so you can use the word fuck. Um, I, I,
Perfect.
I want to continue in this concept of femme. We reported in Queer News Tonight last week. There's a big news study that lots of people in community are talking about, and out of community too, in Australia. And the study was on straight men in the workplace and their reaction to feminine men in the workplace. And straight men's reaction was if you were feminine in the workplace as a male, you hit a glass ceiling. And you actually, whether it wasn't really overt discrimination, but it was more an underground discrimination from straight men. But interesting from the study, it was the exact same conclusion from gay men in terms of what they thought about feminine co-workers, male co-workers, and that actually the study found that feminine or femme presenting gay men hit a gay glass ceiling. What do you think about that? As you're in a different, you're not in an office setting, so we understand. But to this idea that there's a gay glass ceiling for feminine gay men, what do you think about
I
that?
mean, I actually, that's such an interesting point uh, for them to come up with, but I really believe it. I noticed just growing up, I always was femme and obviously gay, and I always stood out to my teachers or whatever, and I always kind of felt like I wasn't taken seriously. And even at jobs, I mean, I've worked at restaurants before I did this and stuff. I always stood out, and I felt like people never took me serious because I think that they maybe think because I'm femme or funny that I shouldn't be taken seriously. But I even notice in the industry that I'm in the entertainment industry, if you are masked gay guy or a straight passing gay guy who is an actor, I do think that there is more work for you than someone that is femme.
Mm,
I mean,
interesting.
I think the tide is turning. I think we're seeing more femme characters as leads. But I still think that, we just are still inundated with muscly gay men, which we perceive as mask. And I feel like it's an interesting point. I really do feel like there is this gay glass ceiling in a sense
Mm,
because people just don't take femininity seriously.
yeah. We don't give it the due diligence that we should. You know, February is Valentine's. Many of your videos poke fun of what is beautiful in terms of body image and humor and how tall we are. Many, many different ways that you have done it through the years in your videos. Valentine's Day, where are you on gay love?
Nowhere.
Just flat. That's it.
Flat.
Just
I've got nothing. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'll go to the Eagle tonight and overdrink and see where Jesus takes me. But I have no idea. You know, I have no love life. And basically, I'm at the whim of whatever people want to do with me.
yeah. Did you just ask Jesus to take the wheel at the Eagle? Is that what you just did right before my
I
very
believe
eyes?
you.
Exactly. You know, I'm curious. Do you think you talked about it here in this glass ceiling? Femme is one representation. You've talked about the muscle boy, you know, etc. Where are you on our acceptance of confidence and body positivity conversation in our community, etc.? You're interesting because. And I mean this with all respect, but you come at us in a not a super threatening way. And with your humor, it's very disarming. Where are you in terms of where you think, especially gay men, shallow gay men in West Hollywood? We don't have any shallow men, by the way, here in Fort Lauderdale. None.
Oh wow!
It's
The one case. Okay, interesting. I don't know if I've heard that.
yeah. Where are you
Um,
on where we're at?
well, now I need to become more threatening. Maybe we'll see what happens with my love life then. Maybe if I threaten to rob them, I'll get love. Um, but what was the question exactly again?
Masculinity, the body, positivity issues. Is it?
Oh yeah.
You touch it and in interesting different ways in so many of your videos. I'm just wondering, is that his intention, that you don't think we treat each other as well as we should, or it's just
Oh,
I
totally.
find the joke.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I wonder if it's the gay community as a whole or Los Angeles, because that's what I know. But I do think that if you don't have that body that you see in the speed the bikini swimsuit ads with that are clearly targeted towards gay men, yeah, it's hard to not feel insecure about your body. But to me, I just always lead with comedy. I just love comedy so much and I own it, and thankfully people gravitate towards it, that I feel like I'm able to have that kind of armor that I set up for myself. And it makes me feel good to know that other people message me and say that um I guess because I have a muffin top, they could feel good about themselves.
Humor is sexy in the gay community. Is that? Do you find that?
Um, I don't. Um, I feel like gay men, for whatever reason, do not find humor to be sexy. They find it. Let me tell you, I tell so many people, I need another gay friend like I need a hole in the head. I am like the gay community's best friend. I get that message all the time. And I do love that. I do love that people who are maybe in a city or a place that they don't have any gay friends, that I could feel like I'm their gay friend. I love that. But, I would love a gay boyfriend too. So I do think that gay men are just in this mode that there's no mystery. Also, if you're a comedian, you're letting it all out. Gay men don't want to know everything about the
Yeah.
people that they're with, I think.
That's an interesting social commentary. By the way, I don't know if you know, we're here in Fort Lauderdale and in South Florida. We're right in the middle of our cruise season. All kinds of
Mm.
LGBT charters are going out, and when I say LGBT, I mean mostly gay men. And big news this week, where the cruise line and the cruise operators are asking you not to take pictures of having sex on the cruise ships, and they're embracing the images of whatever are the images that they want to embrace on the cruise. Would you be good on a gay cruise? Might you
Not
find
anymore
love?
that I can't take photos.
It's not a
Um,
big issue for you of wanting to take a gay cruise.
I would love to take a gay cruise. I'm someone you could put me anywhere, and I enjoy myself. I mean, if there's a bar, and if not, I mean, I like to go anywhere because really, I just love meeting all these different types of people, especially different types of gay men. And I've never been on a gay cruise, so I don't even know what exactly the vibe is. If it's just like a circuit party on the water, um, I don't know. I mean, I would love to go. I would love that. Would fascinate me.
Yeah, all right. Michael, I cannot let you get away. I'm contractually required by my Sicilian friends to mention RuPaul and RuPaul's Drag Race. It's a requirement in our community. Where are you
Okay.
on RuPaul and the Queens and season 15? And
I'm
where are
into
you?
it.
Are you? You having
I'm
fun with
into
it?
it. I'm having fun with it, you know. So many people take it so seriously. I'm like, I tune in now for an hour a week and I enjoy it and I have fun. You know, I'm not tweeting them. I'm not Instagramming them really. You know, I wish people could just tune in, be entertained, and then exit
Yeah,
and then return next week to watch again. It's
yeah.
just entertainment. I mean, there's. I feel like sometimes there's too many queens, so I can't get a hold of all their personalities. But I'm having a good time just watching.
Interesting. And Michael, what do you think about all of the brouhaha here in Florida and Texas, other places, of the outcry that drag queens are the be all of ending our world, and what do you think about all of that stuff?
I mean, uh, I mean, it's just you know, Florida is really an interesting place. It seems. Um, I mean, it's kind of like, wow, there's not bigger fish to fry. This is the big thing for you guys. It makes no sense. I mean, do people not vote in Florida? Why is this person still making big decisions? It boggles my mind.
Yes, it's. We cannot wait to welcome you here for your gig at Island City Stage. It's going to be an eye-opening experience for you because you've got to think about the West Hollywood mentality and then putting it in the Mormon capital in Utah, and now you have Florida. It's going to be very, very interesting. I want to ask you in closing about your videos. But one of the things that really impresses me is the posse of friends around you, the people that you bring in your group. The group and the consistency of the group of voices that help support you in kind of an ensemble, even in your YouTube presentations. Are they friends of yours? It looks so natural and authentic. Is it? Is it that natural?
It is natural because we are actually all enemies of each other.
So you are
No,
really gay.
we are gay, and we actually do hate each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I mean, honestly, like I said in the beginning, I started making videos so that I could get to know people that I really admired in the gay comedians that I saw around me. That I thought, oh God, I just want to be in their videos. So I was like, oh, but they're not asking me, so I'll make videos. But I really do love meeting new people, and I honestly, a lot of the friends in my videos I met because I had them in my videos, and yeah, we are actually really good friends,
Yeah.
all of us.
And is the term posse, is that a term you embrace? This is my posse.
It is, and I have it tattooed on me. We
Do
all have
you?
matching positive
Yeah,
tattoos. Yeah,
exactly. Speaking of
right.
matching tattoos, Tim Murray's coming with you. I understand he's going to be
Yes.
here. Tell us a little about Tim and that
Well,
relationship.
okay. Well, major bitch. Um, but I love her. I mean, no, I mean, Tim is another person I met just, on the road, the comedy road. I mean, we just admired each other's work and then became friends from Facebook about 10 years ago now. Jeez Louise. But, over the pandemic, we just happened to be living two apartment buildings away from each other. So we went on walks, got coffee almost every day. And then we're like, and I wasn't even doing stand up yet. So he was like, you got to do stand up when this is all over. We got to go on the road. So, whether you like my stand up or not, blame him because he's the one that got me into doing stand up. So, so yeah, he's great. It's nice to have a partner on this because he did stand up by himself for a bit, and he basically said I brighten up his world. So
Yeah.
basically, I'm I'm a make a wish for Tim.
Okay, and that's okay. That's funny.
Yeah.
Which one of you are better? Is it you or Tim?
It's definitely, neither of us. I say we're both just so so.
I can't
We're
wait.
looking for a third.
I can't
We're looking
wait
for a third.
to.
That's great.
I can't wait to meet you. I've watched so much of your product. I encourage our viewers. Look, Michael Henry hasn't been into South Florida before. You're going to get to watch his eyes open of going, finally, I've come to heaven. This is gay heaven.
Yes,
And I've been to West
exactly.
Hollywood 10,000 times, and he's going to have that reaction. And he's going to have that reaction February 25th at Island City Stage at 10 o'clock. Michael Henry, seriously, we can't wait to hear your observations and your side eye on the world that we are all living.
Well, I cannot wait to see if Florida lives up to what I hear about in the news.
I assure you, we're going to live up and more. We're going to deliver. It's just a
Good.
question of how much more we're going to deliver for you. Michael Henry, thank you very much. We are looking forward to seeing you one more time, Island City Stage, February 25th at 10 p.m. You would be crazy to miss this opportunity, and of course, we're not. Michael Henry, thank you very much for joining us at Queer News Tonight.
Thank you for having me.